Okay, let's talk about teacher preparation and the working environments and how they differ here in the U.S. versus in China.
There's a very big faculty room for all the teachers in China. All teachers from different departments work together for 6 or 7 hours per day.
So it's kind of like a family environment.
Yes,
You
yes.
feel like family.
Yes.
And how does that feeling translate to here, the school you're working in? Do you feel like family here?
Teachers just work in different classrooms. In fact, I have many chances to work with them or meet them.
Meet them. So
Yeah.
basically, you can go a whole year without maybe not talking to any teachers on the staff.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah. There's only a faculty meeting once per month.
Once per month.
Yes, and PLC once per week.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's really the main collaboration of teachers here.
Teachers need to stay in their own classroom.
Sure.
Here.
So there really are advantages in having a common working facility because teachers are working together, they're collaborating,
Yes.
they're talking, they're sharing, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
But when we are together, we feel very, very happy.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. That's great. And I agree with that. I would easily move my my desk into a main facility just for that reason. Because I believe in that concept. I saw it, and it works great in China.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about homework? Tell me some of the differences that you see between the kids here in the United States, and particularly in your high school, and in China.
In China, students usually spend 2 hours to do their homework. I mean, for high school students.
Per day.
Per day.
Sure,
Yes.
and I was in some of the middle schools, and that same number is pretty close to what average middle school kids were doing, particularly in preparing for that big test that goes from 9th to 10th grade to decide if they go on a university track or a school to career vocational track. How about when you first came here, you started giving homework. You were telling me a little story about that. How'd that go when you started piling on the homework here for the American kids? What happened?
I tried to give their homework once or twice, but
Yeah.
I failed. They just give me a paper
Yeah.
with nothing on, so
Sure.
I need to spend time with them together doing their homework in class.
So basically, they just refuse to do the homework.
Yeah.
In mass, and you're dealing with some of the best kids in the school. So if you can imagine, Marianne, if it's like this working with the best, can you imagine what it's like working with the average and the below average student? Very difficult. So yeah, I saw this, I was very, very amazed with the amount of homework the kids do. And they just do it. It's an expectation. Another thing that I was just kind of blew me away when I was over in China was how many kids study at private schools on Saturday. Is this a common occurrence in your area?
It's very common.
Where do they go? What do they do? Where do they find these schools?
They just want to learn better, better and better. So.
And again, in Qingdao, I saw many of these kids. They go to 3- and 4-hour schools, private schools. Their parents pay for them, and they study things like more English, more Chinese, more science, more math.
Yes.
And did I hit it? Those are the main things they study on Saturdays.
Yes, the core curriculum in China.
The core curriculum.
Yes.
And again, let me ask you this. How important are things like science and math? Very important?
Very important.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I saw that too.
Very important.
Yes. And how about the general respect for teachers in China versus maybe here in the United States? How would you, as a society, parent respect, that sort of thing?
In China, teachers are respected by everybody, not only the students, but also their parents.
Wow.
We have a very famous Chinese saying, teachers is their children's parents.
Wow.
So they just show.
How do you say that in Chinese? Can you say that in Chinese?
老师是学生的父母.
Okay.
We can say 老师是学生的第二任父母.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not going to ask me to repeat that. I don't think